Hi everybody, I'm Rima Desai from theguidingstar.org. How do you get a screaming and a shouting child to stop that behavior once and for every other situation? Now that's such an important and very interesting topic. Uh, what we need to know is we miss out on as parents is we look at that problem and then we jump to the solution in wanting to find the solutions. We do a lot of trial and error. We try punishing them and then we give them time out and then we say harsh things to them. We try to be forceful and all of the other techniques that we try, and then we say, I'm fed up, I've tried everything and nothing works. Why nothing works? Nothing works because we haven't even understood the problem, and we're trying to hit, and we're looking at, not even trying, we're looking at finding a solution. It's like saying you got a scrap, you got hurt on the body, but you did not see what kind of hurt it is, and you start putting band-aid and bandage and Dettol and ice, and you're trying all of these different things, but you don't even know what the condition is, what has actually happened. When you have a shouting and a screaming child, number one, the child is extremely frustrated within, and there's a lot of emotional pain within. It is the same as having a physical wound. What would you do to your child if he or she came home with a scratch, bleeding, severely hurt? Wouldn't you rush to soothe the child and give them medicine and do everything to get them to heal faster? Now, it's the same with the emotional wound. Your child is emotionally wounded. It's only that you can't see it that way, and the child has no other way to express it because the frustration level has reached that high, and they have no other way to either manage their emotion and or um, overpower the parent, because they are themselves feeling so overpowered by the parent. What else can they do? That is their way to remove their frustration, even like banging their hands on the floor, stomping, temper tantrums. And you as parents, let me say we as parents, let's look at ourselves. What happens to us when we are frustrated? Don't we shout, or when we are shouting and screaming? It's the same is happening with us. We have reached a level where we're not able to manage the situation, and we just, there's an outburst, right? We just blow off. So why would it be any different to the child? If you look at when you shout and scream and then you are wanting to justify it, I shouted because he was behaving this way. No, well, because you were not able to manage the situation anymore. It was out of your control. You were emotionally feeling overwhelmed. So if you want the child to start changing, you have to start changing. We need to start changing our behaviors. And what's the way to change? So you might even say that I try my best but I can't control my anger. You can't control your anger because your heart is full of pain. So what you need to do is, first you have to start recognizing you are in pain and you have to accept it. The second part would be to start removing that pain. So, which means you might need to find ways of venting out pent up anger. Maybe you're having very difficult situations at home, at work. You would have to find healthy ways of managing that for yourself, so that once you are sane and stable, you're able to give that stability to your child. You're able to show them that we can solve problems without shouting and screaming, because the child is learning that from any one of the caregiver. When children shout and scream, that's because number one, they're in pain. Number two, they're not feeling understood. They're not feeling understood. And number three, they're seeing other adults, whether at home, at school, wherever, they're seeing other adults solve problems in a similar manner, which means they're seeing adults shout and scream. So they learn that the way to solve problems is by shouting and screaming and by throwing tantrums. So we adults throw tantrums all the time, and our kids observe that and they pick that up from us. We are the culprits, not our children. Let's start understanding that so that we can give a better upbringing, not only to our kids, but a better life to ourselves. And if you feel that there's other adults, it's not you, there's other caregivers in the family, I would encourage you to sit down and converse with them. And if they're still not willing to modify alter their behaviors, then you want to even consider going as far as, is it worth living in that kind of an environment? Because it is a question of your child's life. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios in there, but sometimes it can be even as extreme as having to think whether you want your child to grow up in a certain situation, certain kind of environment or not. And Besides that, there's a lot more that I can discuss about child screaming, but a good way, one of the good solutions is to take time off. So what you can say is, when you are beginning to feel overwhelmed, as you start observing your body and you start realizing your frustration is increasing, you can say, you know what, I'm feeling frustrated right now. To your child, you say, I'm feeling frustrated. I don't think I can manage this right now. I need some time off. So give me some time off so that I calm down and I'm ready to talk to you calmly, and allow your child to do the same. So encourage both of you, if you separate or if when it's happening with either one person is getting overwhelmed, have yourself or the child, whoever it is, to just take their time off in their own quiet place. So let them decide what will be their quiet secure place, or maybe a secure soft toy. You can even tell them, go and talk to your soft toy, say everything that you want to say, and you can do that yourself. So if you don't have a friend who doesn't understand, have a soft toy, talk to God, whatever it is. But once both parties are calm, that's the time when you can come together and rationally understand what happened and find solutions. You cannot find a solution, you cannot look at the light in the fog. You cannot find solutions when it's all, the mind is fully clouded. I hope this helps. This was a very short snippet, but this is my passion. I want to educate parents to bring a difference in their life. And when they do that, they can be great parents to their children. And I understand there are challenging situations that different people have, but nevertheless, we want to do our best on the relativity scale as far as you can go to manage yourself so that you can give at least a relatively better environment to your child than you've been giving before. Remember that a shouting and a screaming child is not a mean or a selfish a child. He doesn't or she doesn't want to give you a difficult situation, be difficult to you. That's not the child's intention ever. That's not. Is that your intention? Do you shout and scream at your child because you just want to be difficult to your child and you hate your child? Is that, if you don't do that, if those are not reasons, they are not your child's reasons as well. And that's my passion for personal coaching, one-on-one coaching with parents. Also, for the mom support group that I'm building, because moms miss out on a lot of love and affection. They're doing so much for others, but they don't get that back. And that's my passion. That's why I'm wanting to build this group of mothers, so that I'm able to give my skills, expertise, and affection and fun to moms. Write to me with any questions that you have. If you're struggling with any parenting concerns with your child and you need direct help, get in touch with me. Bye bye. Reema Desai from theguidingstar.org.